lovelies, welcome back yet to another sit down video. I thought let me do another sit down just because it's festive season, and I actually haven't had time to edit all the footage of all the activities and the adventure that I have been doing. So I thought let me jump on the camera to say hi and kind of like a bye for this year, because this will be the last video for 2020. People not really on their phones, people are traveling, people are enjoying life, but I didn't want to just kind of vanish without saying, listen, this is kind of like the last video. This is not necessarily because I don't want to put out videos, but more for like people to just take it easy, you know, like put the phone aside or the laptop aside and just take it easy during this festive season. Whilst I edit in the background and have content ready for the new year. So I'm not sure when in the new year that I'll start posting, but I will let you guys know on my Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, I'll let you guys know there. If you don't, Lisa_Kaita, I'll put it in the description box. This is dry lemon. Don't come at me. So, let's get right into it. I will be doing the travel tag. I saw this one from Travel with Karabo on her YouTube channel, and I thought let me jump on the bandwagon. Shout out to you, Travel with Karabo. I will put her YouTube link also in the description box. I also nominate Viwe Mabulu. Not that it's a nomination thing, but I'd like to see one from Viwe Mabulu, Thembi, Veto. Those two for now. I'm tagging them. I'll put their YouTube channels in the description box as well. Also, again, Marissa came to the party again, and I said I will have to film again. So don't expect this every single time you see me. It's gonna be myself, my bare face, you know, those kind of vibes. So the travel tag is also like a couple of questions that I have to answer. Pretty simple. And the questions are about, I'll do probably about 15. We'll see how long the video will be, but I don't want to make it that long. First question. What was the last country you visited? I haven't been outside SA in the longest time. The last time or the last country I was in must be London, which was from a Euro tour that I took a couple of years ago. So that was the last country. How many countries have you visited? Also, I keep on looking down because I'm looking at my notes and my computer as well. How many countries have I visited? I have visited not that much. I would still love to explore, but I visited roughly 6 countries, 6 or 7, namely London, Paris in France, of course, Switzerland, Amsterdam in the Netherlands, in Holland, the Netherlands, Czech Republic, which is pronounced as Czech, but it's Czech, however you want to say it, Dubai, and I think those are the most that I can remember. Favorite place I've been to, if we're speaking international, it must be Switzerland. I really enjoyed Switzerland. That was my favorite country to have visited. I would go back. The least favorite, I think would have to be Amsterdam, for one reason, because obviously as tourists you only go to the tourist places, so I'm not speaking on Amsterdam in its entirety. I'm speaking about Amsterdam, the red light district. I was very much younger and I was like, my eyes can't see this. red light district was the worst for me. I wanted to go back home like pronto. It's like nudity on 100 there. It was just weed everywhere. I mean, weed is legal now in South Africa, but at that stage it was only kind of like Amsterdam that was legal for having people smoking weed in restaurants and that whole vibe, and that was not my life. It's still not my life. So that was the worst, I think, worst experience in Amsterdam. If you were to board a plane right now, where would you go? And I think I've mentioned this in the previous video. I will link it up somewhere. Has to be somewhere tropical, Bali or Thailand, Mauritius, that vibe. I am really craving those sort of areas, and I'm really hoping that I can go soon. Next question. What are your top 3 hand luggage must have? My 3 hand luggage must have has to be, especially if it's long distance or if it's like, you know, international, it definitely have to be like a jersey or a sweater, because the planes get quite cold. You don't want to be comfortable for a couple of hours on a plane ride. I would have to say wet wipes, tissue or something like that to kind of freshen up when you get to the airport, you know, do that whole Mamlezo vibe. Definitely earphones, AirPods, headphones or whatever to kind of just be in your own space if you need to relax. Those are the top 3 that I can think of. Tips for traveling. Not that I'm I've traveled like much, but what trips I would give definitely would be prepare to wherever you're going. Prepare. Like in terms of packing your bag before time, checking the weather, knowing what to pack for your destination. That's the first one. Second one would be to leave early, just for in cases you don't know what's going to happen 5 minutes down the road, 10 minutes down the road. Leave your house early so you don't come across any hindrance that might, you know, mess your trip. The next tip would have to be pack extra things. When I mean extra things, it would be like a power bank, for example. You don't want your phone dying when you're going somewhere, especially if you're traveling alone. You don't want your phone to be dying and you don't know, you know, have to locate where you're going and all of that stuff. Extra money, whether it is in cash or it's in a credit card. Have a bit extra. I'm not even saying extra money to like spend or whatever, but extra money for just in cases of emergency or whatever. And then also have like your basic medication, headache, inflammation, pain or whatever. So those are my travel tips. 3 things on my bucket list, my current bucket list. I'm craving for an international trip, wherever, whenever, soonest hopefully. The second one would be a solo vacation. I really want to do a solo vacation. I want to get over the fear of traveling by myself, especially to like further places. Really want to do that. And something like an adventure, I don't know, like bungee jump or something to that effect. That's on my bucket list. Why do I travel? I mean, I haven't traveled in the longest time in terms of international travel, but I've been doing local trips and local like adventures. But the reason why I travel, I think the main reason is to learn about how other people live in other places and countries and cities, learn about their culture and their history and their food. I live by the quote, and I'm going to read it. Travel makes one modest. You see what a tiny place you occupy in the world. It just opens up your horizons, and it opens up your eyes on, or to how, you know, how big the world is and how tiny you are in the world, but how creative an impact you can have in the world. Yeah, that's my reason why I travel and why I would love to travel more, to meet people, you know, to learn about people, etc, etc. And I think I am done. Uncle Cyril needs to help us out and open the country. I mean, COVID is a thing. We're gonna pray about it, but you know, travel is like life to other people, and like people need to travel. So hopefully things get better, and this enemy we're fighting just, you know, bows down to the true God. I'm hoping that travel does open and we get to travel more. As myself individually and with my family, I would really love to do some of the travels. Thank you guys for watching. As mentioned, this will be my last video, which I am still thinking about whether to post on my regular day, which is Thursday. Thursday being the 24th, or I do it on the 23rd, because I'm thinking people might be busy on the 24th. So I am, if it comes out earlier, you know the reason why it came out earlier, but I would really like to actually stay consistent in having a specific day that I post my videos. Other than that, thank you so much for the support once again. Please share my channel with your friends and families and everyone who wants to become a lovely. Yeah, thanks Lovelies. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Cling, 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 cling.